Hello, everyone. So, today I am going to do a story time for you guys. And I'm going to share a story about when I was 2 years old and what happened to me in the preschool. Now, I was really young, so I don't remember a whole lot. So, most of this is what my parents told me and what they remember from the incident. Um, and I remember little bits and details, but I was still really young. I was 2, and like I said, so it was a vague memory. But what happened was I was dropped off at this preschool, and I had been going there for a while, and and I guess there was a couple of head teachers, but I guess at the time there was only one teacher there and one high school volunteer lady, and the teacher that was in charge decided to leave. Well, why she left, I don't know. She left this high school volunteer chick in charge of all these kids I think it was at a daycare, and that is something you just don't do because I'm in child development, so I'm learning like what the code is for my state, what like is acceptable for a preschool, and we're also learning about a daycare too, but they're slowly integrating a daycare into a preschool, like they're making preschools that have a daycare system, so the rules apply for a daycare as well, and I'm learning that too. So I know that this was not correct to leave a group of a bunch of students with a high school volunteer who has no child development experience. Who do we even know if she had any CPR or first aid training? Probably not. He probably didn't care at the time. It was in the 90s because I was born in 94. And I was 2, like I said, so it was around 98-ish, most likely. I believe, no, it wasn't 98-ish, because my sister was born in 97. It was probably 96-ish when this happened. Anyways, back then I know the rules have changed drastically from 96 to 2016, but still, it's common sense. If you're running a preschool and you're being paid to watch kids, you don't leave them with a volunteer who isn't getting paid, who doesn't have the training. It's just what you don't do. And so what had happened was the high school volunteer was left in charge of this group of kids. And I had gotten this kid, I guess, didn't like me or whatever. I don't know exactly what happened, but this kid had a problem with me and decided to smash my face into the carpet and choke off a layer of my skin on my cheek. I had a massive rope burn. And part of me remembers this, but I don't know if this is 100% factual. I remember getting hurt at a daycare facility and them trying to give me mac and cheese so that I would be okay. Them trying to make it better by feeding me mac and cheese. And I mean, I remember. Also, I don't know if this is when I was 3, if this was in a preschool, or if this was the same daycare. But I remember falling off a tricycle and having some kid rode over my arm with their tricycle before I finally got up and went inside. Now, obviously, nothing was wrong with my arm. I had to have my arm in a sling at one point, so I don't know if that was from the tricycle incident, but I remember being a little bit older, so I do think that might have happened when I was in preschool, the tricycle incident. But back to the story of when I was in daycare. My parents came to pick me up, and my face was completely, the skin was completely, had come off my cheek. I don't remember which cheek it was, but it had come off. And I was in a lot of pain, my parents said. They took me to the doctor. The doctors cleaned it, said it would heal. Obviously, you can see that it has because my face looks normal. But my parents didn't sue. They did call, I think it was protective services. I don't know, they called someone, and the preschool is no longer working. they did get the preschool shut down. So at least they got the preschool shut down so that no other kids could get injured. I do not know if they took the lady's teaching license away or what happened. Um, but I know that they got it shut down so the kids that were still enrolled wouldn't get injured like I did. And I honestly, I want to be a preschool teacher because I want to be a better teacher than that lady was. I want to, not abandon the kids, not leave them with a volunteer. Even if the volunteer's been volunteering there for more than a year. If she doesn't have the schooling and she doesn't have first aid and CPR training, she should not be left alone with the kids. Plain and simple. And I want to go volunteer at either a preschool or a daycare or even work there. And I'm going to make sure I am CPR and first aid certified before I even apply. And I am in child development classes, so I do know what you're supposed to do. And I do have the schooling. And so my goal is I want to be a better teacher than the terrible teachers I had in my past. And I want to make it an environment where kids have fun and they love to go and they enjoy it. I want to, be that teacher a kid can confide in, a kid can, become friends with. I want to be that teacher that when a kid graduates preschool, he's sad to leave that teacher. I want to make an impact on kids and the way they grow up. I want to make an impact